Let's start.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're having people coming in now. All right. I'm trying to accept people. Okay.
All right. So I guess that we can start with the introduction. So I don't know who will want to go first, or I should call name. I have on the call Abdul Majid, I have Balo, I have Ahmad Arogundade. So let's start with Majid. Majid, please, you're first, and then Balo, you're second, followed by Hamed, followed by Odunayo, followed by Gbemisola, followed by Babalola. Right? Then we have Kafaya, we have Suleiman, then we have this RA3MRC. I don't know who that is. But if that's you, we'll have you last. So Abdul Majid, please, you have the floor. Just brief introduction about your name, where you're joining from, any other information you want us to know. Hi,
Hi everyone. Yeah, hi Remedy. How are you doing? So my name is Mohammed Abdulmajid. I'm joining from Ibadan, Oyo State in Nigeria. Yeah. So basically, I'm a professional data analyst. So and I'm excited to be here. So thanks for having me here.
Oh, great. We're excited to have you here. Balo, are you ready? If Balo is not ready, okay, Balo.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Balo Babatunde Odotoluwa. I'm joining from Morocco, and let me just say I'm excited to be here just to learn new things. Thank you so much.
Morocco, nice. Do you speak French?
I speak Arabic, French a little.
Oh, okay. Oh, they do Arabic in Morocco. Wow, I'm learning new things here. Nice. So let's have Hamad.
Hello, Remde. Our own Oga.
Hi. It's nice to see you here.
Yeah, same here. Thank you. So my name is Ahmed Arogundade. So by profession, I'm electrical power engineer, and by tech enthusiast, I've been into data and the like. So just to extend the learning scope. So that's one of the reasons I joined this school.
All right, that's great. So let's have Odunayo. Odunayo, are you ready? If not, we can go to Gbemisola. If Gbemisola is not ready, let's go to Babatunde. Babatunde, are you ready? Can we go to Kafaya then? Why are you guys not coming out to speak now? What's going on? Are you guys scared? Let's go to Kafayat or Waliyat. If they are not ready, Abdul Gafar or RA3MRC. Are you sure you guys are okay?
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, my name is Afea Your Sunday. I'm actually joining the meeting from Lagos, Nigeria, and I believe we'll have a lot of packages to go with. Package in terms of knowledge by the end of the program. Thank you.
Yeah, you will, definitely will. All right. So those of you that people are not talking, are you sure you are here or you just log in with your phone?
Good afternoon. Is that my turn now?
Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Abdul Gafar Join. So I stay in United Kingdom, Northern Ireland, that's in Belfast. So I'm into tech, more focused on business intelligence part. That's the data and then business analyst. So
that's lovely. That's lovely.
Thank you.
I guess this is a 5 days boot camp on web development, right? So I'm just a bit curious because most people on the call are like data analyst, electrical engineer. Bemisola, you speak. I'm coming. In the electrical engineer and the likes. I'm just wondering, why did you sign up for the web development? Like, what's like the passion behind the boot camp? Is it something I just trying? Let me just try and see what's happening there, or is there a passion there? I just want to just I'm just curious to know, why you're interested in this boot camp. Yeah, so we can start with Bemisola. So Bemisola, you can introduce yourself and then give us your why.
Good evening, everyone. My
Good
name is
evening.
Bimsola Olamino. I'm from Lagos. I'm a student of UNILAG. I'm just so much interested in tech, so I feel this webinar is actually a good way to start, and I'm so excited to learn.
Okay. Yeah, we are also so excited to also tutor you as well. So I don't know, does anyone? Okay, Kafaya. Yeah, your Kafaya, your hand is raised. Yeah, let's have you, Kafaya.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
My name is
afternoon.
Kafayat Ibrahim. I'm a data scientist. I joined this cohort, or I joined this bootcamp just to advance my tech knowledge. I want to see how the web application also run. Thank you.
She's not audible.
Hello.
Is it my network or
Hello,
Kafaya's
are you?
network?
Can anybody hear me? Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I
no,
heard the
no.
data scientist part.
Okay. So I said I joined the bootcamp just to leverage my knowledge in areas of web developments. Let's see how that works out too. There's no limit.
Nice.
No limit to learning.
Yeah. When it comes to tech, indeed, there is no limit to learning. I think that's a great one. That's a great one. Any other person?
So I believe in agile environment when you're working as a team. So as a business analyst, we have a team of business analysts. We have a team of data analysts. Depending on what you're working on, depending on the kind of project you are working on. So maybe developer may just come to you and start asking you a bit of question. So if you have a knowledge of what you're asking, so I think that would be better for the team to move forward on time. So that's why I just joined it.
Yeah, I think that is very important as a tech professional also not to limit yourself to a particular career, a particular tool. Like my core is data analytics,
Your
but I
network, is that my
also
network or your network?
can you guys hear me? Am I audible? My network is good
Is
for
it
my
my
end. I don't
network?
know.
Let me just go.
Can anyone hear
Hello?
me?
I can't hear you well.
You're clear,
I
loud
don't know
and
if it's,
clear.
is it my network? Okay,
Okay,
let
In
me,
the media, I
Abdul
can hear.
Gafar, it's your network.
okay, let me just move
Do
somewhere
you
else.
want? Yeah, you can just join, like go out and then join in again.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so like I was saying, right? So for me, my core is data analytics, and yeah, data analytics is really what I do on a normal day. But also, I'm also very interested in tech. I'm a tech enthusiast. I love technology. So last year, I did a course in software engineering. I don't know, Wakilu, is that you mentioning my name? So I did a course in software engineering last year. So yeah, it's very important for you to know, like, now I know the front end of web development, the back end, how all of the cloud services work. When they talk about AWS, I understand what you're talking about. When we are talking about dictionaries in Python, arrays, linked lists, all of those things, I understand the concept behind them, right? Because I took a course. So now my knowledge is not just limited to just data analytics, because as a data analyst, you won't work with dictionaries, you won't work with linked lists, you won't work with arrays, that much.
Yeah.
But when you come to the software side, you do more of these things. And also the software side also help you understand computers, going back to understanding byte and bit, RAM and ROM, computer memory. What does malloc means? Why do you have to free malloc? All of those concepts. Like, I think one of the topics that I really enjoy more in computer science is understanding, the basic, the foundation, right? Upon which all of these things are being built. So when you see a website that has HTTP, you understand what it means, what you're talking about, what the client means, what the server means. When you see HTTPS, you know what you're talking about. When they're talking about protocol language, you understand. When they talk about IP address, you're not entirely lost. Because let's say, oh, I'm a data analyst. We don't have anything to do with IP address. We don't. People look at it like, are you sure you're really, really like? Because these are some basic things that you should know, right?
Yeah.
But they will not teach you in those who are data analysts, right? They will not. Those ones are not your concern. You're concerned with other things. But it's very important, and I'm so glad that we have quite a number of you from the data side, coming to see, the full technology. Data is just a part of this whole tech thing we are talking about. So when you go into web development, the engineering part, you start having a full picture, understanding how data comes into a system. Do you understand? So when data comes in database, that's when internet now pick it up and then start analyzing end to energy solution, not just from the data point of view. So I'm so excited to be here myself, and I'm also excited to have fellow learners, with me on this call. So having said all of this, I don't know if anyone is supposed to be here and is not here. Please, this is the time for you to send them a message. Let them know that you are about to miss, opportunity of a lifetime as this bootcamp is about to start. So right now, I'll hand over to Afeez Babatunde to take the floor and then kickstart the bootcamp. Thank you very much for having me. Cheers, everyone. Hi, Afeez.
Hi, Iremide, thanks for joining. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining. And it's a great for all of us to be here. When we see people that are ready to learn, it's not by maybe paying huge amount of money. I've seen a lot of people that they paid almost 1 million naira to learn web development. But when they get started, if they don't have passion for that learning, they are just wasting their money. So I could call out like two people here that we did the same university together, and we all have curiosity to learn something new when we are in our university back then. And we all learn software development together, software engineering, a lot of things that we learn together. And till today, we are still making use of those things. Learning software engineering or any kind of aspect which is practical in technology is what you buy once and you will sell it forever. That's technology for you. If you learn how to become a software, or even ordinary web design today, if you become a web designer today, you are paying just once to learn this thing, and forever in your life, you keep selling it. Let me give you an instance. You build a solution now. You build a solution that solves a specific problem within your locality or anywhere. When you sell a software for a particular company, tomorrow you can adjust this same software for another company and still sell the same thing to another company. The only thing you need to change maybe their name, or let me say their logo or anything within the software, and then you repackage it, then you sell it, you make your money. So let's have this passion for learning before anything. I know we all have curiosity to kind of, you want to learn, you want to see how it works, you want to know the backbone of web development, you want to know how things run on the internet, you want to know how the in and out of web application, because most of us today, we use different kind of application online, but we keep wondering how this work out. How am I able to send a message
on my phone, and the receiver will receive it from their end. They can able to respond. So how is that possible? Is it magic? Because some people, they say, this thing is beyond thinking. But it is people like me and you doing this same thing, sitting down from the corner of their house around the world, doing different things, just to make sure that what we are using today is perfect. They are not sleeping. Every day they give you updates. So now that's one part. You need to have passion to learn this thing, and you need to have it in your mind like, okay, you want to use this thing you are learning to solve a problem, because there's nothing we are doing in tech rather than to solve a problem. When you see problems, you think of how to simplify it, how to solve that problem to the layman level, to the extent that even if a layman seeing your solutions, they should be able to kind of use it. That's it. So now, let's see together, where are we going? I want us to see the beginning and the end of what you are going to learn in this class. Pardon me, don't let me be a fool without introducing myself. My name is Hafiz Babatunde Zakaria. I'm a graduate of information technology. I'm a software engineer, and also I'm part of my people here. I'm a data analyst. So don't mind me. So that's just how we see it. So it's not by force, it's by choice. So we choose to be whatever we want to be. So can you see when Irimide was trying to introduce herself, she's a she can basically tell like, okay, she's a software engineer, she's a data analyst, she's a this and that. Anywhere they throw you to, as far as you have basic knowledge of that thing, you can simply relate anywhere you find yourself. So that reason why sometimes you see some people, when you talk about UI, UX, when you talk about front end, back end, full stack development, data analytics, data science, data engineering, networking, any kind of thing you might think of in technology, they have basic knowledge about it, and they can easily ask you questions about it if you pretend to know it. If you pretend to know what, if you want to prove yourself in front of some people, you will be wondering like how possible they were able to gather those kind of knowledge to be able to kind of corner you anywhere you talk about in technology. So it's just all about passion for learning. So yeah, let me don't let us bother ourselves with too much talk. This is basically practical class, and please, if you don't have system, try to at least, even though you don't try to download all this compiler, let me say test editor on your mobile phone. It's possible. It will just take time for you to, rather than using system. So I will tell you all what you need to get started, the major thing you need to know to get started with web development. You will learn it in this series of this bootcamp. So we have 5 days for our bootcamp, and this is day 1 of the 5. Now, what are we learning today? In the group, our WhatsApp group, I was able to drop the highlights of what you'll be learning per day throughout this journey. So first thing you need to understand is web development it has different phases. We have front end, back end. We even have UI UX designer before front end. Then we have back end, and then we also have what we call it, people that we can call full stack developer. We have front end developer, back end developer, UI UX developer. So all these things coming together, just know that the major focus of any kind of software you see in the whole world is to gather information. any kind of software, think of it, any kind of software is to gather information. Why gathering this information? The end of every kind of software, any kind of process in tech, the end of it is data. After building the whole software, the only thing they need to make use out of this your software is to gather information. That information is what they are using to make decisions, whether in machine learning, whether in data science, whether in data analytics, or whatever you might think of at the end. At the end, the only thing they need out of your software is the information they were able to gather with your software. So any kind of process you are building, make sure that the end user will be able to use it to gather information. I'm sharing my screen. Kindly let me know if you're able to see my screen. I have some of my orgas here, some of my bosses. So if I'm making any mistake, just call me back. Please, I don't know if you can see my screen. Please
Yeah, we
confirm
can
if
see it.
okay. Oh, I think I'm sharing the second screen. Let me stop this. Let me share the second screen. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, fine. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, web development is what we want to talk about. Mind you, whatever we are doing here, don't be lazy. You need to go and read more. Nobody will teach you everything in tech. Nobody, no any company, no any institute. And don't forget, you are not paying for this. You have to take it serious. Don't let what people used to say that whatever you get for free might not be useful. So please take this thing serious. We had this opportunity some years back, and we took it serious, and it really helped. It helped us a lot. So web development, what is it all about? When you think of web, what is web? Web is normal, like, let me say something like maybe when you have something on internet. And when we talk about application, is what you design to perform a specific function. And the development aspect of it is the process that you are following to develop your app and to make sure that that application comes to life. I don't know if you notice that I've been able to develop to define what is web application development. Who can tell me, please? I mentioned three things: web application development, and I was able to define the three. Who can recall? Just now. You can unmute yourself and talk. You can speak.
Web development.
Come again. I said something. I said web. What is web itself? Web. When you say web, it's like you keeping a file on the internet. And what is application? Is what you design to perform specific tasks or function for you. we used to tailor application to a specific function. That's the reason why you see different applications. One application cannot perform all tasks in the whole world. That's the reason why you can build your own application. I can build my own. Now, the development process is what you are about to learn. You are about to learn how to build an app that will be running on the internet. Please get me right. Yeah. So what is web development? So it's a process to build and maintaining website and web application. That's just it. From simple static page to what? Complex web application. Web development involves coding, designing, content creation, network security configuration. That's where cybersecurity comes to play. Type of web developers. You might choose any of these. You want to choose any. You can decide to become a front-end developer. And what is front-end developer? Those people that focus on what? On the visual and interactive element of websites. You know, sometimes you log into a website, you'll be like, wow, this is beautiful. You yourself love the visual that you are seeing on that website. So that's front end. Those guys that work tirelessly to make sure that you are seeing that beautiful stuff on your web page, they call them front end developer. And they work with what? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So we talk about each of these. They are languages that you need to understand in order for you to be able to talk to your web browser to display some things on your for your end user. Let's talk about back-end developer. Most time, you imagine that you send something from your front end. You are about to fill a form now. Have you ever imagined like, okay, this form that I'm filling, where is it going? Where is it going? The form that I'm about to fill now, where is it going? You put all your information, you put everything. Now imagine like, oh, where is this? My first name, last name, my email, password, everything. Or have you ever wondered like, okay, the password I'm imputing on my system, is it that there's someone behind the scene that can see my password? You'll be thinking like, okay, if I want to be safe, I want to be secure, how is it possible if I input my password on this website? Is it not that someone behind the scene will be able to see my password? But there's a policy for that. When we get there, you will know about it. So there are some guys that handle server-side logic and database integration. Server-side means you are not concerned about, they don't even want you to know what is happening behind the scene. It's just like you are watching American movie or Indian movie. They don't need to show you behind the scene. You only enjoy the end product of whatever they produce. But at the end, you enjoy it. But behind the scene, there's a lot of logical operation. There's a lot of integration to the system. So they use language like Python, Ruby, Java, PHP, C#, what else? Even JavaScript. You can use JavaScript to perform backend development these days. Now you can decide to be both. After learning your front-end development, you learn your back-end development as well. So now you can differentiate between these people. When someone tell you I'm a front-end developer, you know what they mean. When they tell you I'm a back-end developer, oh, this is what you do. Or I'm a full-stack developer. Before these two processes, like this front-end and back-end, we have people that we call UI UX designer. They only come up with the design, like, having maybe the way you normally work on your current draw or something like that. You design something. And these guys called front-end developer transform what the UI designer develop or design, they transform it to coding, to something that browser can understand.
Hello, mo send message sí ẹ ni mo ní kó check kíní tí Bọ́dà Abdulhafiz ń ṣe. Ó ti gbọ́.
So we need to do what? We need to be able to differentiate these guys when you see them outside, or when you see someone profile saying that I'm a front-end developer, I'm a back-end developer, this is what I do, I'm a software engineer, all this and that. They don't need to explain to you in detail before you know what they are doing. So that's for different stack within this system. So now, web architecture layer. We have presentation layer, and this where we have what is it called? The client side, which is interface that user interactive. This is still the same thing. And we have application layer, the server side. Can you see it now? We said front-end developer, they deal with what? Presentation. That's the meaning of what you are trying to explain now. The front-end developer, they deal with what? The presentation layer. Back-end developer deals with what? Application layer. And the same thing, this back-end developer, or let me say database administrators in other way around. We have those people that we call database administrator or database manager. So these people, they are the ones that do it with what? How data is being stored in the database, or how to model database, how to structure, write a schema for your database, everything like that. So it all belongs to backend developer. So now, application layer, when you send a request, it processes your request as an end user, because you fill a form now. After filling the form and you try to submit that form, when you submit your form on the web, you'll be expecting a response from the server. This server will process your input and return a response back to you. You send the request, and the system is sending you back the response. And like what we said earlier, it uses various programming language. As a backend developer, you must know at least one database language and one scripting language. The script, you can either choose maybe MySQL and PHP. You can choose SQL Server and C#. You can choose Ruby and Rail. You can choose Python and Python and SQL or MongoDB or anything. You can choose JavaScript and MongoDB. You can choose JavaScript and PostgreSQL. Anyone you choose. Just know how to use it to your best. Now, let's move a little bit forward. Okay. I think I don't need to talk much about this. I have people here, and this is how to learn. I posted something on the group. It's good to learn in group or in peer. And that's the best way to learn in tech. only you cannot let me say, you cannot understand to the core, or you cannot brainstorm everything by yourself in tech. You need to at least pair yourself with someone like, okay, guy, let's learn this thing together. Let's build something together. Okay, you can work on the front end. Let me work on the back end. Let's do this research together. So along the line in this class, I'll be giving you what challenges. You have to go on your own, go and do research, pick someone on the group, chat them up. Okay, guy, have you been able to do this thing? How did you do it? Let's do it together. Okay, let's connect. You can go. Both of you can go set up a meeting link, connect with each other, network yourself with people. If you have any issue or you see people posting challenges, maybe they are facing one or two problems on what's the name of this website that we normally check as a developer? Stack Overflow. You go to Stack Overflow, you go and respond to people questions, try to contribute to a community. When they see, like, when you see someone that posts, I'm facing I'm trying to build social thing, I'm facing challenges. Okay, how do I do this thing? Okay, probably you faced such challenge before, you just quickly respond to that person. Okay, okay, do this, your coding, and it fix everything. You try to, brainstorm and contribute to the community and work in group just to learn. You keep learning every day. Now, hackathon, you can participate in hackathon, just to say, okay, give yourself tasks. Okay, can we do this thing together? Go and pick hackathon online. That's when you become something, when you become expert though. So you can participate in hackathon, live hackathon. You try to build a solution, you win prizes for it. So yeah, I have here with me who is that? I have Lemide, I have Abdulmajid. I know they have experience. I have Kafaya Ibrahim. So they have experience in what we are discussing here today. If you have any issue, you can also eat up with any of them. So I'm having social issue. I'm trying to do this, and probably you are trying to install application or anything. Just call them out, maybe on the group, or you can chat them privately, and then you guys can solve some problem together. Yeah. Yeah. After building solution or after writing code, what you want to be learning here deals with what? Coding. And this coding, there's what we call code review. So, when you write a code now, maybe someone beside you might know how to write that code better than you. Maybe what you use like 20 lines to 20 lines of coding, there's a way you can short it to like maybe 8 lines of coding. So someone beside you might have that kind of knowledge and think, why wasting your time? Or you are even, maybe the runtime to perform a task might be longer than the way you write, the way you're supposed to write your code. So then you do what? You immediately do something great together by shorting shorthand to get your code done. So yeah, that's another thing. So let's take this thing. We'll talk about front-end development. Front-end development is always all about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's talk about HTML. What is HTML? Mind you, every web application in the whole world, anything you see on the web, anything that pops up on your browser has what we call HTML within it. Is the major and is the backbone of every application. It gives you structure and semantic to web pages. Anything you see on your browser has this so-called HTML. And what is HTML? Hypertext Markup Language. So it's what we use to at least display something on our web browser. Display structure, display text on our browser. So we have another language called CSS, which is called style sheet, cascade style sheet. So this is what you use to beautify our HTML. Whatever you see as HTML, HTML is just like ordinary frame, just like normal frame. Why after you paint that your frame, you give it color, you give it some layout, just take it, for instance, you have a aluminum window in your house. If they've not painted that aluminum, it's just normal frame, there's no glass within, there's nothing there, they just give you the frame. Now, compared to after painting it, after putting glasses and so on like that, it looks more beautiful than ordinary frame. That's exactly what CSS does to our web pages. You connect CSS with your web pages to give you beautiful output. And this JavaScript is the master of them all. It had interactivity and dynamic behavior to web page. Sometimes when you place your mouse on something, it moves, it gives you animation, it gives you pop-up. Or when you click on delete button, just imagine there's no JavaScript to validate something, to validate an event. The moment you place your cursor on what is it called? You place your cursor on a button like this within your website, and you click delete. We ask you, are you sure you want to delete this thing? Are you sure? How sure are you that you want to delete? You are able to cancel or confirm. That means you are able to interact with something on your web page. So, and that's what we call JavaScript. So it allows you to perform some interactivity and allows you to do a lot of manipulation to your web page. That does it. So when we get there, you see how it works. What else do I have here? Backend development. We talk about server-side language like Python, Ruby. I don't know why I put Python, Ruby, and Java on this. So I should put PHP and some other stuff there. So, but nevertheless, it's fine. So, these are the language that you can use. You can use C#, you can use some other language. So, after when we start doing practical, you see how it works. Then we have API development. You can use your backend knowledge to create an API. API integrate API to enable communication between different software systems. So this API is just like a means of communication. So maybe I can say from database to my front end. So I can create an API as a backend developer and give it to a front-end developer, like, okay, use this API to send so information to the database. So as a front-end developer, he or she will be able to make use of API. Is another function of functionality of front-end developer is to be able to at least integrate an API to the front-end system. After creating the interface, you create the form, everything. So when they click a submit button, they should be able to send that information to the database through what? Through an API. So we have server management, understanding server configuration, deployment, and maintenance for robust web application. After you build the whole process, how do you want to make it live? How do you want to take it live? How do you want the public to be able to access all these? information that you put together. After you put all this information together, you place it on the web. After you place it on the web, you want everybody to be able to access it. That's what we call server deployment. That's deployment process. So after server configuration, you deploy your application, and then the next thing you'll be doing is to maintain that application for people to enjoy whatever you built. So the next thing here is what? Just to let you see some database management system. We have relational database. We have what we call relational database, which is RDBMS. So you can go and read more about all this. We have relational database management system. We have NoSQL, something like MongoDB and Cassandra. We have a sample of relational databases, MySQL, PostgreSQL. We call them structured use cases. Don't forget that, especially for those of you that might have interest in database, data management later, or maybe data analytics or anything. So this structured data complex query have this with what RDBMS. NoSQL is unstructured data. It's unstructured data, and we have graph, which is you can use Neo4j. All these they are highly connected data, like all this streaming data. So that's another type of database management. So then what next? Here we have framework. After learning all these things, you learn from scratch. You learn how to code from scratch. But, it's not easy to develop an app from scratch nowadays. Before you complete one application within 1 year, some people have built more than thousands of softwares with their framework. We have different type of framework that deals with all this. You can use to, fast track whatever you are doing. So we have framework like JavaScript framework that for building user interface known for its component-based architecture. I can easily go to different websites now and see how using component-based architecture. What I mean by component-based, like, okay, my hand is separated from my body, my leg is separated from my body. They can work individually, independently. Say, I don't know if you get what I mean. So that's what they mean by component-based architecture. Because some website, if you load some website, you realize that one part is loaded. You realize that one part of the website has been loaded for like a second before another part will come up. So meaning that each component of the website work separately. They don't depend on like, okay, I'm waiting for this one to finish before Probably what can delay a component is waiting for a response from server. But majorly those kind of websites, you realize that the header, footer, and some hero section of the website has been loaded. But wherever you need some data to be loaded to your website, it takes a little bit time to like, okay, I'm waiting. That component will be it will be a little delayed than other components within the web page. So that's component-based architecture. And we have Django. We call this Django. This first one, this React, is JavaScript framework. While this one is a Python framework. So high level Python web framework that encourage rapid development and clean pragmatic design. So still the same thing. We're still talking about making working efficiently, like making sure that whatever we're doing, we have to consider time. If you keep building from scratch nowadays, it only it will delay you from getting whatever you want to do done on time. So we have Express.js. It's also a JavaScript framework, which is a minimal and flexible Node.js web application framework providing a robust feature for web application. So all these things is what you you understand them gradually. It might look like maybe am I speaking Chinese to you here? But it's another thing. This is just a beginner level. So it's just for us to see from the how it works from the theoretical aspect of it, how it works. So we at the end we have the end of the whole process is to deploy and host your application online. So you can either be on D or you need this what we call version control in order to be able to manage the different version of your code. Use Git for tracking changes and collaborating on code with team member. Imagine you have one big application that you want to be part of it. You need to learn how to use what we call Git. So we use it to manage and to track changes and collaborating while coding. We have what we call CI/CD, which is continuous integration, continuous development pipeline for automated testing and deployment of web applications. Sometimes, imagine sometimes banking, they'll be deploying new application at the same time you are using the app, it won't affect it. That's what they call continuous integration and continuous development. Those developers, they are working, they are updating an app, and you using it at the same time. You only notice that after the update, it will only ask you, oh, restart this application. I don't know, for most of us, I use either all these banking app like OPay and so Kuda and Co. Sometimes you just see them do this thing, try to update your app, and everything fly at the same time. That's what they call continuous integration and continuous development. And then cloud hosting. So explore cloud platform like Amazon, Google Cloud, Heroku, Fastcell. We have Azure that you can use to host the software at any time. So this is just a basic introduction to whatever we are going to be learning in this system. So at the end of this class, I want you to understand something like at the end of this class, you will be able to build something. Let me show you the end product of what you'll be able to do by yourself if and only if you practice whatever we are learning. So please, let's be focused and let's just have it in mind. Okay, you get it done. So let me come back here. At the end, let me run this server, open live server. Okay, let me drag it here. I don't know, can you see my screen, please? Kindly confirm. So let's clone something together. At least you all know Netflix. Can you see my screen? Someone see your mute and
Yes.
tell me.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what you will be
Yes,
I will be expecting every one of us to at least create this thing by yourself, or we create it together so that you can add it to your portfolio. Like, wow, I'm able to build a version of Netflix web page by myself. It's very simple. If you can get this thing done by yourself, believe me, you can create anything. So at the end of the class, by Friday, by 30th of this month, maybe that will be Wednesday or something, like you should be able to at least achieve this together. If not that way, that day, at least within the space of 5 days, you sit down yourself, replicate whatever we did, and then you're good. You could just have your GitHub account. I will tell you how to set up your GitHub account, how to create a repository, how to host this thing online by yourself, and then like how to deploy it online by yourself, and then how to share the link to everyone. Like, okay, kindly confirm, kindly grade me on what I did. And the joy of you doing something like this will be like, wow, I'm able to do this to myself. There's no magic here. The source code for this thing is here. This just it. This is all. That's all. Can you see? There is the source code. There is the source code for it. There is the source code. And we have what is it called? CSS, which is style sheet. So we only use little CSS and little online JavaScript and Bootstrap to build this Netflix clone. So let's just have it in our mind. This will be our end product at the end of this class. Yeah. So let me. What else do we need to talk about? Okay. We've done our introduction. I'll give a chance. We've spent almost 1 hour in this class. Let's have a little break. Let's have discussion. If you have any question before we continue, maybe within 5 minutes, let's at least interact a little bit. Let's talk. You can unmute yourself. You can open your camera. Let's see your face. Let's see who you are. Hope you are not a robot. So let's talk. Let's say something together.
Mr. Hafiz, please, I have a question, please.
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me, sir?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Right.
When we were talking about the types of, of web developers, you said we have front-end developers, back-end developers, and full-stack developers. Is it possible for just one person to be all of these, like those types of developers?
Yeah, that's the reason why we made mention of full-stack developer.
Oh.
We made mention of full-stack developer. Full-stack developer compiles, like they do both front-end and back-end development process.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. That's my questions.
Abdavar, you wanted to say something? I can see Ahmed Arugundade, Jos, Odwan Yobakari. Abu Akil, I can see you, Sadiq Lawal. Please, let's say something. Okay, Kafaya, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Avis, well done, sir. My question goes as these boot camps so far, did you require any basic knowledge on how to use all the let me say all the tools, since we have some frameworks that will help us build the application, which will enable us not to start the code from afresh. That is, we're just calling our framework one after the other. Did you need any of the skill? Maybe we need to go and do research on how to make use of it, or the bootcamp will introduce us to how to make use of these frameworks.
Okay, thank you. This bootcamp will not cover framework, but I don't know after this, if possible that people are still interested to continue the journey. So, okay. But in this 5 days bootcamp, we will cover from scratch how to code, how to understand the building, like the backbone of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So that when you see something out there, you'll be able to understand, okay, this kind of CSS they use to create something like this, and JavaScript to do something like this. So we are starting afresh. We don't want to have a situation like, okay, we are jumping to framework, but people will not be able to understand the basic aspect of this web development. So we are not going to framework. We are dealing with coding from scratch. so that by the time we jump to advanced JavaScript or anything later not within this series. So people should be able to at least learn something great.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So the next phase we are going today is like how to install all the necessary tools on their system. So what do you need and how to get started with the process and with the development. So whatever you need, the tools that you need to install, that's where we are going next. Okay. Any other question? Abdul Gafar, you want to say something? At least say something. Let me know that you are here. Every one of us, let's say something. You can type on the chat, on the chat box. You can chat and drop something there. Let's see you. Let's see that you are here. Or did you just is it not that you just ghost yourself? Okay. This is nice. Any female in the house? Kafaya is not a female.
Are you okay? Must you pass
Kathy is
me?
not a female again. So any other female? do you have any other female candidate here? Because before you know now, they'll be fighting for equality, like human rights, equality
No,
or
wait.
something like yeah.
Wait first. What did you expect?
I know that's the reason why I said you are not you are not female. So do you have any other female here? Oh, Kathy, you won't believe Walia is here.
What happened? She has been mute. She was quiet all this while. What happened?
Oh, Kathy, see, Walia is here. I can see.
Like seriously.
You can see Abdulmanjid too.
No,
Yeah.
Walia
is here. So hi, welcome. Thanks for joining. So okay. I think we have to continue our class. At least we like okay. And okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, do you say you also want to cover UI UX designer?
No. We are not covering that.
Okay.
Only we are dealing with the development here.
So
okay. Yeah.
So after this course, after this 5 days course, I know it won't be enough. For us to get our hands dirty. Like, what do you suggest?
Okay. It all depends on how. I don't know. I want to use one word that how passionate or how curious you guys are.
But for me, like, I have my hands in so many things. So I don't want to. I have my hands in so many things, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I have my hands in
that's what I'm saying. It all depends on individual. Yeah. So if you're able to at least within 5 days now, you're able to understand how to use HTML to at least create a simple web page. Now, by the time we start using framework, you know that, okay, I can easily do this, I can easily do that, I can do this and that. So I can write HTML to create my structure, I can do this. So other things will be like, okay, let me use framework to fast track whatever I'm doing. So all those things. It's not something, it's not a rocket science. Just sit down yourself, build something, and see how it works. If you are able to understand JavaScript very well, if you are able to perfect yourself in JavaScript, forget it, you are good.
I'm more into Python. I don't know JavaScript.
Yes, Python is fine, but in web development, we have Python for web development.
Yeah.
So you still use JavaScript there. You still need it because Python cannot do interactivity in the web page.
Sure.
Yeah, so you only need JavaScript to handle that for you. Then you can use Python to do your backend development if you are using something like Django. So, we have Django as a framework for Python. So you know how to balance that with Python, and that's all. Yeah.
Okay.
So before at least first thing you need is you need a text editor to get started. You need text editor and you need a browser. Please, if you don't have Google Chrome on your system, try download Google Chrome. Try download Google Chrome. It's good for developers. So try download and install Google Chrome on your system. First case, because browser will be the software, the application to render your design, whatever you are creating, whatever you are building. So you able to at least view whatever you are doing using the browser. That's first case. Try download Google Chrome on your system or on your device, whether you are using Windows, you are using Mac, or whatever you are using. Try to install a browser at least. If not Google Chrome, just install a browser on the system. Second thing you need is text editor, where you'll be typing your code, where you'll be, what will be your text editor. And we have different type of text editor. We have PyCharm, what's it called? We have Brainstorm, JetBrain text editor. We have VS Code. We have Notepad++. We have Proton. We have Proton text editor. So a lot. We have Atom. We have Edit It for Mac or something. Yeah, I think it's Edit It or something. Edit. So just make sure you install anyone. So as I'm sharing my screen, let me quickly go to one of these things. I can simply type VS Code on my browser. So just type VS Code and then you try to, can you see? It will automatically show you like, oh, download VS Code for your window. I'm using window. I'm a window lover. So if you are using, what's it called? If you are using Mac, try download your own text editor. So you can download this for Mac too. So just click on download and then you are good. So
excuse me, do you say we can download anyone? Because I have a PyCharm, so I don't know if you which one are you basically using?
PyCharm. Yeah, I use VS Code mostly. I use VS Code. But it's fine. You can use PyCharm too. It works. But for a better web development, PyCharm is like for Python majorly. So you can try to use VS Code. It's fine. So use VS Code.
Spell it.
VS Code. Yeah, you can just. I'm sharing my screen. You can just download it.
See, it's so tiny. I can't see it well.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
This VS Code. Okay. So just download it and then we are good.
No, what do you type on the web? What do you type on the web?
Okay. Let me copy it and paste it on the charts.
Okay.
So we have the link. So another thing you need is a browser. So if you don't have browser, just download Google Chrome. Just start Google Chrome on your browser, on your whatever you are doing. Or if you are using device, go to your store to download Google Chrome or anything. So you have it. So the moment you download your VS Code, you can simply create a folder, or we call it directory, within your system. So I can decide to go to my desktop, create a new folder, and come within that folder. I can call it, okay, web application development. I can call it under my YouTube. I can call it, what is it called? Let me create a new folder and call it A1. Let me call it web dev. So, and within, I can open, after creating your after installing your VS Code, you can simply do what? Try to make sure that you add it to your system menu. It will give you an option while trying to install it. It will give you an option like, okay, do you want to add it to your system menu? So you pick that option. So that, you can see that I opened a folder now. When I right click on it, I click on show more and do what? Open with VS Code. Or you can do another thing, open your VS Code. When you open your VS Code, just drag, let me do like this, new window. Just make sure you drag your folder. That folder you just created. So you can just drag it to your VS Code like this. Can you see? So you've started something. So now from this place now, you started creating your files. You can create new file here.
Sorry,
click on all this. Yeah, I'm with you.
If you if you check Microsoft store, there are two VS codes there. One is blue, one is green. Are they the same thing?
One blue and green.
Yes, sir.
Oh, let me check that. Let's check it together.
I think the other one is called Visual Studio Code Insiders. The other one is just Visual Studio Code.
Yeah, the one with blue icon. Just download the blue one. That insider one might be giving you issues. It will ask you to join Microsoft Insider. So when if they release any feature, you'll be the one to test run it. So and my crack, just like sometimes you do crash window, crash whatever you are using. So I'm using Window Insider, for instance. Now my OS is I join Window Insider. They used to send me updates. Sometimes it crashed some of my system driver. Like before we started this class now, I had to reinstall my audio driver because my jack port stopped working because of some updates. So just download the blue one. So down our part. And then what else can we talk about here? So this is how you structure. Let me open my PowerPoint. Let's do something together. Let me open my, what can I use? Is it Notepad? Paint, okay. Oh, board.
Can I say something, please?
Okay.
This class, are you gonna like record the class, and or some people may want to check on what you do? Like,
yeah, sure. We are recording the class, and
so are you gonna like
it will be uploaded on YouTube. Anybody can watch it.
YouTube or WhatsApp? YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. I'll upload it on YouTube and share the link on WhatsApp.
Okay, cool then.
Yeah.
So we can watch you now, and then when you're done, so we can get back and
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Whatever I'm doing now, you can keep watching. If you have any question, you ask, and then later on, if you have any issue while creating it by yourself, you can just go back to the video and watch it.
Good one. Thank you.
Yeah, come.
Sorry.
So, yeah.
So this session, will it be uploaded after this class, or all sessions after the whole 5 days training?
No. I will upload this one after this. At the mass by midnight, you should be able to get it. I will share the link on the group, on the WhatsApp group. So, and most especially, please, if you have people beside you, please don't feel bad to add people to this kind of class. So you guys can learn together. So, and that's it. It will be more easier for you to learn in peer. So yeah, that's good. What are we doing after creating your file, your folder? You drag it to your VS Code, so you can open the way I have my my VS Code display on my system here now. But there's something called structure design, like, how do I want to call it? If you want to build a house now, you have to. When you want to build house, you have to know, okay, which one is coming first. You have the foundation, you have your different kind of room coming up on your foundation, you have the roofing. It's exactly the same thing you need to do while trying to build an app. So let me open my directory here.
Like a planogram.
Yes, exactly. So this is the folder. This is the folder that we created. Now, something here is this. You can either create your directory within this your folder, or you come back to this place and build whatever you want to do here. So I can click here, tell me that I can add new folder. I can do what? I can add new file. Now, basically, you know that while building a website, you might need images. You might want to put images on your website. For instance, now you want to create a portfolio of yourself. You need to put that image of yourself on your website. You need to let people see your picture, your everything within the website. Now, how do you do that? The only way to do this is to add an image folder. You can either click on this icon. Okay, I will need some images. I can call them images. On my website, I have the image. Mind you, there's what you call a landing page. The first page people see when they launch your website is what we call landing page. That landing page determines a lot of things. The landing page determines a lot of things about your end user. Because your end user, whatever they see first on your website will determine whether they will stay or leave. The next thing I can do here, I can create another thing, or maybe I need some videos, or I need some icons. Apart from images, we can also have icons on our website. So, or I need, let's just check, we have let me see if I can open one of my projects. Let me see, let me open your window. Mind you, you need to learn how to navigate all these things. You need to learn how to navigate. Okay, let's try this. I don't want to open a complex something. Okay, let's see this. Let's take a look at this. So I have, oh shit, this is not nine. So can you see different components within different folder? So I have my app folder, I have my components, constant folder, libraries, I have public. So like this public now consists of my assets like icons, images, everything that I need here. So I have node modules because I'm using framework. That's the reason why we are seeing all this. Not that I'm the one that created all this directly, mind you. So
sorry, Hafiz.
Yeah.
Evently is the folder, right?
Yes, the root folder.
Okay, and then every other things inside are just like the files inside the folder.
Yeah, but we have folder inside folder.
Folder inside folder. Okay.
So, but the main one is what? The evently folder. So, you can see this how it works. So you can simply organize your files the way you want it to look. So that even though when you yourself, when you want to navigate, you know where to go and amend something, to go and change something, and that way. So that's essential. You need to know how to structure your directory. You need to know how to structure your folder. Now, this is what you need. Now, let me just say I create a new file. I just call it like index.html. Imagine I just create a folder and call it HTML. So this folder, we made mention of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Each language have their extension. Extension means, for instance, when you speak of Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, images, sometimes when you use your phone to take picture, that picture has extension. It can be of JPG, it can be of PNG, it can be of JPEG. The same thing, when you download your video, you can either choose whether it is whether that
is MP4.
Is MP4, is MP4 750 or 7 something. It's different fashion. This is always extension in a system file. So please also note that down. There's what you call system file and their extension. So even though if you want to download the software has extension for each operating system. So please, let's note that as well. So you do what? You need to at least know each extension. Like HTML now, if you are working with HTML, it has its own extension. Whatever you are creating, whatever you are trying to do, try as far as it is HTML document you are creating, please put .html at the end. I'll put some resources for you here. I'll share the link so that you can go and learn more about HTML before and maybe before tomorrow. So HTML is very simple. It's something that we can learn within even 2 or 3 days. HTML is simple. It's very simple. So what else? What do we need to do here? So what's the essence of using this kind of text editor? For instance, now it's kind of generate what do we call it? It has intelligence in the sense that it gives me autocomplete of whatever I'm typing. Imagine I want to start my HTML something. I'm coming. Let me open what do you call Paint. Let me open Paint and let's see it together. Let me write my Paint here so that you all can see it. So imagine I have Paint and we said that, okay, this is our structure. We have a main folder, which is root here. We have a root folder.
Hello, Victor.
And we have other folder. We have our files within. That's the structure. We can say these are our images. We can say these are my components or any other thing. And then we can just give it a layout and how we want it. This is what exactly I explained earlier. So now, intelligence means, when you are typing on your phone, there's what we call autocomplete. Autocomplete on your keyboard, like maybe you want to type hospital before you type HOS, it's auto complete it for you, like, okay, you are meant to type hospital. Now, we have backbones, we have basic structure in our HTML. Now, if I try to type anything here now, like, okay, if I type HTML, I see I've not finished typing HTML and the intelligence come up and tell me like, okay, you want to do HTML, ordinary one, do you want to do HTML5 or you want to do HTML XML? I say, okay, as of today, we are all using HTML5, which is semantic HTML. So I want to use HTML5 basic structure, which is what? When you click on it, boom, it gives me the basic structure of my HTML. I can change it, but you have to know from begin as a beginner. You have to know that no, this doesn't work this way. You have to pass through the learning process. Don't use shortcuts. Because offhand, you should be able to at least type the structure of your HTML. What do you need? You need HTML. You can do HTML. You type it by yourself. So you need what we call head. Oh, sorry. You need what you call head. And yes, if you notice something, the moment I close the angle bracket, it automatically closes the tag. Because what I have here, where is it? This and this is what we call tag. in HTML. That open and close bracket is what we call tag in HTML. Now, this one means I open tag like this. Why this, and this, open bracket, forward slash, and close angle bracket, meaning that I'm doing what? I'm closing my tag. So that reason why you are seeing this, the moment I type open tag, it automatically close it for me. But some tag doesn't need to be closed. They are just they are not depending like, okay, whether you should close it on them or not. No, you can open it without closing. So, but when we get there, you see such there's a sample of such tags. So we have within here, we have what we call title. Title. So within this title, whatever that display at the edge or at the top of your browser like this, for instance, now, can you see this visual code here at the top of my browser on this tab? I can see that it's showing me Visual Code, Visual Studio Code. So if I try to put within that title, I put, oh, my first web page, web page. So this will be my title. And if I run this code now, if I save this file now and try to run it online on my browser, that's exactly what you will see at the top of your tab. Now, the next thing, you can see that I've closed the head and we jump down one, and I can jump down like this and do what? Body. Whatever that display within your web browser is what we have within the body. And that's okay. Let me use this tag called H1, which is header. You can see hello world. I'm getting the whole word. Hello, how are you doing? So I can save this document like this. Now, let's go and check within this our folder. Can you see the HTML that we created is here? This HTML, index.html. If I double click on this now, can you see I have hello world display on my browser. Now imagine this hello world, and this is my title, the title of my web page. Now turning to something stunning like this. Let's just take a look at this e-commerce website. This is the starting point of every web page. And turning to something like this, what do you think about it? You'll be thinking like this must be a huge amount of work. And this is a serious matter. So, it's not easy. It requires a lot of knowledge, a lot of manipulation, a lot of logic. So not even like that. Imagine someone asking, okay, can you help me to clone something like YouTube? Can you create a web page like YouTube, the way I can upload my video and some other stuff like that? So that just is. So let's try to see how we can at least learn about basic structure of HTML. So I will share you this file, and not a file, a link. Let's check what we call W3 School. I don't know if you have used it before. That's good for you. So W3 School, here we are. We are here to learn again. I want to learn HTML. Just select your HTML. Where is it? HTML. So, yeah, learn HTML. So I click on this. Let me copy this and Can you see? I'm seeing something here. Default.asp. Go and find the meaning, please. What I want you to tell me what language they use for this web page. What is the meaning of ASP? Which language is using .asp? So can tell me that later. So let's drop it here. Use the link and let's at least learn something. Let's learn something here. So can you see a lot of introduction, formatting, basic tag, element, attribute, heading, paragraph, styling, formatting. So these are all HTML stuff that you need to know. So just help me go through it before tomorrow. At least you will be able to learn one or two things. So when you have something like you can copy it like this and paste it on your on your code editor, and you can just say Ctrl A, Ctrl V, and then you check it out. What is it displaying? So if you don't, after installing your what is it called, text editor, there's a way to fast track your to fast track the way you view your what you are doing. So just go to extension. You see and this icon. Click on extension and search for live server. Search for live server. Live server. So this is live server. Try to install it. So when you install it, after that, it might ask you to restart your VS Code. Good and fine. So you do that. Then you can right click anywhere within your code editor like this. And then you say open with live server. So can you see this is what we have? So just say open with live server. So you have this. So and that's basic aspect. So if you go to W2 school again, check other stuffs like okay, let me go to introduction. What are they telling us there? What do you need to know? They explain all this tag for us. Editor, what you need, basic element, attribute, heading, so paragraph, style, formatting, quotation, and all these things. So you can check when you click on any of these lessons. So you copy, not even copy, you can just simply do something like this. Check it out how it works. And then you go back to your code editor and then paste it there and see what B tag is doing within a web page, your code. So when you check the B tag, what is it doing? Can you see automatically it refreshes itself? When you're using, what do you call, when you're using live server, you don't need to come and be refreshing every time by yourself. So it automatically refresh itself. So this is your code editor. You can place it inside each other so that as you are typing it, you are seeing the live updates immediately on your system. So, and you can say, okay, let me also do between this, I want to do a line, you can see horizontal line, HR, and that's all. So the moment if I click save, can you see it's coming up immediately? I don't need this one. We kind of give you a better way, like you are doing your work, you are seeing the update immediately. If you have error, it will throw the error immediately on the web page. So this is for you to see how it works live. The moment you are coding, you are seeing you are viewing the output immediately. So I can say, okay, give me a div with a style of maybe height of 100 pixel and what width, can say width of what width of 400 pixel. So and then What else do I need? Consider give me sorry. I can say give me a border of what? One pixel, solid or dash, and then what is the color? I can do color black, which is color black is what 000. I guess yeah, then 000, and then one pixel dash 000, and let's see what is that, and then let's close the tab and say hello. Yeah, can you see? So we have our div here, can you see? And it's here. So that's how we can simply at least do some stuff with our HTML, CSS a little bit. So just to render some stuff on your web page. So, but it might not look beautiful without you adding CSS to it. Can you see if you're adding CSS to your code? Let's take a look at this. Where's our missing, and then where's the HTML, our browser, and do something like this. So the simple way, can you see? So guys, so I've left you with W3 school. Though tomorrow we are going to talk about this very well. We are going to work around it. We are going to build a web page tomorrow, at least to know how to structure your layout, because layout is very, very important. So because if you check some websites, let me give you, let me see one of my websites, if I can still recall. Alliance. Let me check Alliance. Alliance resources. Alliance resources. Trying to record the websites. Okay. Let me say seed. My correct. No. sorry. Oh my God. I'm trying to record some website that I built, and it's been a long time. So let me check. I build. Okay, make sure. Okay, I think that will be the solution. What's happening now? Yeah, I just want to show you like how to structure a website. That's just the main thing that I wanted to show you. Like just think of any website. So how are they, what is the layout like? So if you want to lay out your website, how do you do it? How do you put them together so that when people see the website, they will look at this is the footer, this is the header, this is the sidebar or anything, or search bar, whatever. Can you see W3 school now? You see this is their header. Whatever you see at the top here, there's the header. All these are navigation bar. This one, where you can simply navigate and select whatever you need. That is navigation. This also is a side navigation, and this is the main body where you can see all other stuff. So that's the main body. So all this one, they left it for advertisement. They know people will come they make money through the advertisement here. So that is it. So that's just how to structure and lay out your web pages. So and when you go down, you see footer, and you see this is the footer, this is the footer. So that's fine. So I think we'll be able to cover what we discussed that we are going to talk about today. So please, let's just make use of this web page, W3 School. Read more about HTML, CSS, and yeah, just let's start from HTML, CSS. I know JavaScript can be a little bit of complex, so but sure, you will get it right. So yeah, let's see. If you have any question, we have only 10 minutes left. If you have any question, or you have any contribution, or you have any suggestion, please don't hesitate to throw it to everyone, and we'll all pick it up from there. Yeah, guys, let's ask question.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Are we good? Okay. Please, we are coming to the end of today's class, but before you go, please help me to turn on your camera. Let's see who you are. So let's see who you are. Yeah. So at least let's see. Are we happy to be here?
Yeah,
are we all good? Are we ready to learn? And are we? I'm very sure you are all going to
Yes, I can
build
see.
something good. And we are all going to build something to build like great together.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, but I'm not happy because of my network.
Okay, you can get the video later on YouTube. I'll share the link on the group. Just stay tuned. I'll share the link. I'll upload the video very soon. So, Sadiq Lawal. Abdul Nephew. How's it going now? How's work going?
Alhamdulillah.
Abu Wakil. What's going on?
Like I can just see something now. I don't see anything before.
Okay. All right, so guys, so if that's the case, if you don't have any question, you can easily drop your question on the group, on the WhatsApp group, and then I will try as much as possible to respond to your
questions. How can we get the YouTube video?
I will share the link. All right,
okay, thank you,
Ibn Najai and so on, please, let's take this serious and then enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you all. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir. You're welcome, sir. Yeah, appreciate, sir. Assalamu alaikum.